I'm going to call the town council meeting to order for Tuesday, August the 25th, and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'll ask that we have a moment of silence. Thank you. Mr. Watson will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes. I'll ask if there's any questions, comments, or additions for Fran for the minutes. Hearing none, we'll need a motion to approve. We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Financial reports. Question, comments, observations? Anything that Fran can answer for us? Hearing none, we'll need a motion to approve if you so desire.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial reports for July 2026 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll ask if there's any discussion on the motion. Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving down to reports. Town manager.
We had a couple reps from Blue Ridge Bank come in this week to let us know that they're going to go through another merger. They will be, or have been bought by Home Trust Bank, so there'll be another change as far as signage, but they're very optimistic about it, so that they'll have more benefits to offer, more products to choose from. And office staff isn't changing, other regional people are changing, so they see it as a benefit and a positive thing. So and that'll happen about after the first of the year is when that's going to take place. The water line project is progressing. If you remember last month, I told you that we had a glitch as far as an area where the sewer line was going to be too close to the water line, and so we had to have some engineering done. VDH had to approve. VDOT had to approve, and all those things took place, and so now we are in the process of getting bids for what that's going to cost us. That's along where the Magnum RV is. It's where there's just too narrow a passageway. So they were looking at different material that the pipe could be encased in to make that happen. So they decided, VDOT and VDH especially has approved the product that's been recommended, and now they're just in a process to figure out a price of what that's going to be. So that's going to be an over and above the price that we already have been agreed to as far as the project, but that's just an overrun that what couldn't be expected when this first started. So we'll be getting more information on that certainly in the next week or so. Christy, Brian, the mayor and myself participated in the grand opening and ribbon cutting at the Gypsy Box. It's a cute little shop. We did that on July 1st, and we had a nice crowd, and it was a beautiful day. So we wish them well for sure. Christy and I also participated in having a table set up at National Night Out and got to talk to a lot of people that night. We had a lot of patriotic giveaways, and we gave them pretty much all away. I got out of there right before the rain started. Christy wasn't quite so lucky. The August First Friday was held on August 7th at Chauncey Fortune, and it was a warm night and a nice crowd. Christy has registered to attend a fall conference by the Virginia Association of Government Archives and Records, so she can kind of get a handle on how we could best care for and record our important records, historical records. So she's going to do that in the fall. All three of us on the staff met with one representative this time. They'd been here a month or so ago, but the Virginia Rural Water Association is an organization that strictly exists for small communities like ours. They helped very rural counties, and so we met with them. They talked about some of the almost everything they do is free to us. They're funded through another organization. So they're actually helping us put together a source water protection plan, which will help us have a plan as far as protecting our wells. They have a grant that's available that could help us purchase, for example, fencing that could go around our well, or the generator, or whatever the case may be. She did take a tour of the town. Brian took her to all of our water locations to see maybe what some of our needs are, so we can expect to hear something from them fairly soon as well. Christy and I also participated in an online training regarding employment law that was put on by our insurance company. We learned a few things, new laws that are taking place, and then we also attended the Board of Supervisors meeting this last month. One thing that a huge accomplishment that we have right now is, if you remember, we hired an engineering firm to write and submit our water withdrawal permit application, and it is done. They hope to submit it by Friday. That permit to DEQ is a $9,000 cost. That was paid today electronically, so it had to be paid before the permit was submitted, and so that's done. So hopefully by Friday we will be in good shape with DEQ and the water withdrawal permit application. Happy to have that behind us. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you for all that detailed information and the training. And what was the subject matter on the labor law?
I'm just talking about the new laws that are going into effect, talking about telling us what the wages will be, the minimum law wages and so forth. And so we made lots of notes. There are things that are coming down the line that will be some requirements, but not right now. It's a couple of years down the road, but just getting employees up to date and skilled. So.
Okay, sounds good. Just a couple of things I want to report on. Thanks for doing the National EMS Night Out. It was really well attended, nice. It wasn't quite as hot as it was years ago, or last year, but it was really nice. So thank y'all. And the representation was really good. And the only other thing I'll add, if you haven't noticed, the speed monitoring device at the sign coming into town has been damaged. And of course, the sheriff's office is taking care of fixing that. Looks like someone hit it. So, and that's all I have. I'll ask if there's any other comments from town council.
I just had a quick question. You mentioned the Virginia Rural Water Association representative. As the person, you guys were discussing things, and did they discuss most recent activities with Amazon and the data center needs? And there's been in the news in the last couple of days, like with respect to potential effect on the aquifer, the drawdown, additional water needed to support Amazon, and Senator Stewart was talking about submitting some, legislation to halt things for a minute and take a look at how potential impact things might have with respect to Virginia. This person, is that kind of inclusive as they are looking at what Montross needs? Or
They didn't talk about that specifically as far as the usage that would be required if you had a data center or something like that. But that's part of the process that they're helping us with as far as putting together a source water protection plan. So I think that all gets encompassed as part of that plan. Where does the water come from? What do you do if you all of a sudden we don't have water anymore? Do we have alternative locations that we can pull from? That's all part of what they help us determine. And at no cost to us.
City Planner.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll move down to the agenda. There's actually no scheduled action items, pre-scheduled action items. I'll ask if there's any comments from the public. No comments from the public. We have a need to go to closed session to talk about a personnel matter and a contract. We'll need a motion to do that.
I make a motion that we moved into closed session pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1 and also Code Section 2.2-3711A29, discussion of the award of a public contract involving the expenditure of public funds.
Second motion?
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote. Mrs. Whitman?
Aye.
Mrs. Messinger?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Garrett? All right.